So those who are the enemies of the Prophet, they must know that if they plan to do anything wrong to the life of the Prophet ﷺ, they will be trapped to be killed. And of course they were. Just like that, there was a parallel in between the two. So the life and death of the Prophet only in the hand of Allah. The theme of life and death is directly related to the actual context of the Prophet ﷺ. As the sufferings of the Prophet seemed to have no ending, the opponents planned to take his life and actually attempted to do so. And there is Allah's assurance to the Prophet is that there is a special meaning now, that these chapters are in a special context. The owner of life and death is who? Only Allah, the praiseworthy. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is in the safe hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there is no fear from the attacks of the opponents in such a beautiful manner that it becomes an elegant divine text for the time of the Prophet and for the rest of times till Judgment Day. Very interestingly, that today every believer in Allah must understand this, that his life and his death belong only to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in the chapter 40 in the verse 5, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the folk of Noah and the factions other denied the messengers, and every nation proposed to seize their messenger and argued falsely, thereby to refute the truth. Then I seized them, and how awful was my punishment. This is chapter 40, verse number 5. What was the punishment? Death. All the enemies of Noah were killed. We know that. So, the next theme is, as I told you, is Haqq, the true word of Allah. So, Kalam is Haqq, mind. This is Ha. The assurance of the Prophet and the believers that the true word of Allah was also necessary at the initial stages of revelation. For the disbelievers, it worked as a warning, and for the Prophet, it worked as a consolation. Quran as Haqq has been explained in the following. See, وَكَذَلِكَ حَقَّتْ كَلِمَةُ رَبِّكَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا 46. وَحَقَّ عَلَيْهِمُ الْقَوْلَ 41:25. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ حَقَّ عَلَيْهِمُ الْقَوْلَ 46:18. وَيَمْحُ اللَّهُ الْبَاطِلَ وَيُحِقُّ الْحَقَّ بِكَلِمَاتِهِ 42:24. وَجَادَلُوا بِالْبَاطِلِ لِيُدْحِضُوا بِهِ الْحَقَّ فَأَخَذَتْهُمْ 40 verse number 5. وَاللَّهُ يَقْضِي بِالْحَقِّ 40:20. فَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمُ الْحَقُّ فَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ مِنْ عِنْدِنَا 40:25. فَأَمَّا عَادُوا فَاسْتَكْبَرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ. And this is the opposite, Haqq and بِغَيْرِ حَقِّ. And this is 41 verse number 15. Allahu الَّذِي أَنزَلَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ وَالْمِيزَانِ 42 verse number 17. So those who deny, and what happens to them? بَلْ مَتَّعْتُ هَؤُلَاءِ وَآبَاءَهُمْ حَتَّى جَاءَهُمُ الْحَقُّ وَرَسُولٌ مُبِينٌ. Truth continues in 43:29, 43:30, 43:78 and 42:18. Interestingly, this continues in 44:39, 45:6, 45:22, 46 verse 17, 46 verse 20, 46 verse 30, 41:53. سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم حتى يتبين لهم أنه الحق. And we will show them our signs till they will understand that this is haqq from their Rabb. So we see that the theme of Hayat and Maut is related to the letters Ha and Meem, and the theme of truth and its variables therefore seem to be related to Ha. So the linguistic data in the chapters therefore support the hypothesis of relation between the first letter and the themes of the chapter. So we come to the conclusion that the unlettered Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Quran is established as the revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that the delicate relation of the letter and the word, and the word and the theme, and the theme and the context, and the context and the broader context, all show us that this is the kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that this is the talk of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nobody can ever copy this. Nobody can ever produce such a beautiful, beautiful text. So, the interesting verses, the beautiful chapters, with these the Quran stands out as the linguistic miracle for all times to come. And therefore, we need to understand that there is a linguistic environment created in this chapter with the two letters HAMEEM, and we have words, we have phrases, we have themes, we have context, we have broader context. All these support the theme of HAMEEM, a relation to the 7 chapters of the Holy Quran. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينَ. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.